the child is trained in language, positive character traits, fundamental intellectual knowledge, vocational skills and so on, through the initiation by the adult members of the family like father, mother and other siblings at home. These people are expected to be role models worthy of emulation in all ramifications as the younger generation look up to them as examples for moral standard.
Friend and other psychoanalysts believe that the impressions made upon the child's mind at home determine the child's personality. This is because the child's mind is very flexible and susceptible to any influence. The parent's love for the child makes a deep impression on him. The cordial relationship between both parents has significant influence on the personality development of the child. Parents need to ensure that they display high level of moral maturity in relating with each other to serve as shining examples to their offspring.
The school. The school is another important agent of socialization. After the home, the child is exposed to the school which also influences him. It socializes the child, gives him the opportunity to manifest his qualities, potentialities, capabilities, instincts, drives and motives and helps to develop his personality. For the child, the teacher's personality and character provide a mode which he strives to copy, thereby consciously molding his personality. This is true only of those teachers who succeed in arousing in the child's mind an attachment and love of themselves. Every little action, every movement, speech made by the teacher impresses itself on the child's mind. Apart from the teacher, the child is also influenced by his schoolmates or groups. These mates or groups play a significant role in determining the status and role the child will occupy in the society later in life.
During the process of education, the child's personality develops under the impact of the other personalities with whom he comes in contact. In the school, the child is disciplined. He is aware that disobedience brings immediate punishment, but too strict a system of discipline restricts the child's mental growth, and may even drive him into criminal activity.
On the other hand, complete absence of control may either make him liberal, free and independent or impulsive. Besides, the cultural programs of the school also help to refine his attitudes. The school is also expected to transmit knowledge and skills into the learners to be able to face life challenges and for sustenance.
Hi Kelly, what are you doing here at school?
Hi Mark, I am taking my morning jog. Why are you not in class right now?
I got up late. Does jogging count as physical education in your home school?
No. I just wanted to jog before I started working on my assignments.
It must be very lonely being homeschooled. Don't you wish you could be socialized?
What do you think socialized means? I am talking to you, aren't I?
Yes, but I meet a lot of different people at school. You are stuck at home all day and do not meet anyone new.
How long have you gone to this school?
Since kindergarten.
Do you know anyone at this school?
Yes. I have gone to school with these people since kindergarten.
Let me get this straight. You see the same people every day for 13 years by going to school here?
Yes. I see my classmates for 7 hours a day, every day.
Don't you get to go to other places during the day to meet different people?
No. I have to stay in these four walls until the bell rings. Why? Do you get to go to other places to meet different people during the school day?
Homeschooled people have cars, you know. We can go to co-ops, to field trips, plan play dates, plan group classes and play sports with all different kinds of people anytime we want.
Oh. But don't you get tired of seeing the same people all the time at these places?
I meet different people all the time and see my friends there quite often too.
But don't you wish you had books so that you can learn as much as I do at school?
I have books and the internet. I attend co-ops, various educational field trips and volunteer in the community so that I can learn about the businesses where we live. I can do this because I am in the community while businesses are open.
But don't you want to go to college?
Yes. Colleges accept home-educated people. Even Ivy League schools accept people who are homeschooled.
But what about when your parents go to jail for breaking truancy laws? Won't you be sad then?
Homeschooling is legal in every state. We are not breaking any laws.
So, are your parents religious fanatics or are they hippies?
What?
Well, you have to be a fanatic or a hippie to homeschool. Which are you?
I know homeschoolers who are religious, atheists, and agnostics. I do not know any hippies though.
Oh. But what about school dances? Don't you wish you could go to dances?
We have dances. Think about what you are saying. If you were a homeschooled person, wouldn't you plan social activities?
Yes. I would plan all kinds of things.
That is what we do too. We are not a different species of people, you know. We just don't go to these four walls to get our education.
Well, this has been very interesting, but I have to get inside. I am going to miss the bullying and suicide seminar.
Have fun with that.
By the way, will you go to the prom with me?
I am sorry, but John already asked me to go with him. I hope I will see you there though.
I probably won't go. I hear it is going to be boring anyway.
Oh. Well, I will see you around then. Bye.
Oh, Kelly?
Yes?
Can you ask your mom to talk to my mom about homeschooling?
Sure. Why?
I am hoping to get an idea of what the real world is like before I graduate.
I have grown up in the real world and I can tell you that it's worth getting to know.
Awesome. Well, I have to get inside the four walls. Have fun jogging to class.
The peer group.
The peer group is the child's own friends and equals with similar drives, motives and interests. The social world of the child has its own mode of interaction, its own values and acceptable forms of behavior, many of which adults cannot understand. It is a world in which the child has equal and at times superior status to others. Peer groups take shape early in the child's life. In the earlier years, these peer groups are relatively informal and transitory, adapted quickly to changing circumstances in the child's situation.
Examples of peer groups are playgroups, siblings, neighbors' children, schoolmates, the cliques and age mates. In later years, however, they become more formally organized groups like clubs, societies, fighting gangs, character-building agencies like Boy Scouts, Girls' Guides and so on. In short, peer groups are social groups that influence the behavior of their members.
Traditionally, brothers, sisters, and people in the community are sources of an informal education of the child. But there is little or no evidence in the effects they have upon a child's attainment of formal education and educational success. Peer groups can have either negative or positive impact on a child's life. A child has to exercise care in the choice of the peer groups to belong.
Religious houses. Religion might be described as a reflection of man's attempts to explain those aspects of his environment which he cannot understand. Except in terms of the supernatural. What is the purpose of life? What happens to people when they die? Religious beliefs give rise to certain types of behavior. People who share the same religious beliefs will also hold the same attitudes and opinions, and will behave in the same way. Thus, religious institutions help in the socialization process of its members. Mass media.
The mass media as an agent of socialization have their own technical characteristics. There are two major types, namely print and electronic. The print is in the group of newspapers, magazines, periodicals, texts, billboards and so on. While the electronics are the radio, television, video, projectors and so forth. These form avenues for socialization. Media are clearly in competition with one another for a restricted period of leisure time, though there is one exception to this generalization.
Because the radio has the specific characteristic that can be used as a background to other activities, the specialist provision of music apt for this purpose has been developed as a major function. The different media are largely because of technical characteristics are used in different ways by children, and hence different types of messages are passed through mass media. Children need to be guided in the usage of their leisure hours in the patronage and utilization of mass media to discourage cultivation and learning of negative ideas.
Dominant group or groups. The group or groups at the top of the social hierarchy. In any relationship between groups that define one another, men or women, able-bodied or disabled, young or old, the dominant group is the group that is valued more highly. Dominant groups set the norms by which the minoritized group is judged. Dominant groups have greater access to the resources of society and benefit from the existence of the inequality